Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Please go down below, hit the subscribe button, help me out, help me get a little bit closer to 1,000 subscribers if you really can. I'd appreciate it. So, today's deck is something my twisted mind came up with. Now, I haven't tested this deck, but it was something I kind of thought about on the stream the other night, and I kind of went and did it because I thought it'd be a bit of fun. I have no idea if it's going to work, but I think it could be a starting point for a bit of fun. It's not going to be high powered, it's not going to be fantastic, and the commander isn't one of the ones you'd expect to see currently because it's actually Jenson Carthalion Druid Exile, a green and a white if you haven't seen it before, with through a 2/2 human druid, and whenever you cast a multicolored spell, scry 1, and if that spell's all colours, you get an angel with flying and vigilance. Then you can pay 5 mana of any colour to add Wooburg to your mana pool. Yeah, okay, you're probably wondering why I've picked this card up from Domeria United. Well, you see, I want to do something different. There's a brand new card type just come out in March of the Machines, and you all know what it is. It's battles. And I was trying to work out if my head started spinning and going, is it possible to do a 5-color battle deck and be something fun, enjoyable with it? And yeah, I decided to give it a go. Now, a couple of things I'm going to say before I show you the whole deck list. Firstly, I haven't gone for any of the really expensive battles in this deck. If you've got them, you can swap and change to Heart's Content. There's a couple I would like to get in the deck and pick up at some stage, but they're still up here somewhere price-wise on MTGO, so when they come down to here, I'll look at them a little bit more sensibly and probably do an update on the deck at some stage. But this is what I'm going to call my starting point for this bit of fun. First things first, the land base. 37 lands with a whole load of colours involved in them and everything else. Field of the Dead is actually quite key in this deck for a change, because obviously we're going to be playing a lot of battles, as you can see on the screen at the moment. So that gives us things we can attack the battles with, which is nice. But yeah, everything else, multicolour, do what you want to do. I've dropped in my savannas and things. You can just drop in all your multicoloured lands. I have got one of each basics. I still think playing one of each basic's important in case, Blood Moon turns up for some reason. I didn't go too far down the ramp side either. I just went with Mana Crypt or Mana Vault. Although I am starting to think Mana Vault, as I'm sitting here, is probably a mistake. And it probably does need to be Arcane Signet. Let me just change it while I'm sitting here recording, because, that's what us professional people do sometimes. That can come in, and we'll also, actually, we'll take out this and we'll go with Soul Ring. I'm happier. I don't want to be taking too much damage if I can avoid it. There we go. Right, okay. Done. Okay, bit happy with the mana again though. Again, you can change it to fit whatever you want to fit. I have no issue with that at all. What's going on here? There we go. Right, okay. Right. We do have other ways of getting mana, of course. Everyone is playing artifacts and so on and so forth currently. So, Mana Valley, there we go. So, Dockside's here. And, technically it's a red deck. Very, very, very technically it's a red deck. So Dockside's in. But then we start hitting battles. You can see all the battles. They look weird on the screen at the moment. So we've got Invasion of Mercedia, sorry. In its battlefield, you may discard a card, then draw 2. And then it flips to become a creature where you can discard a card and get 2 blue, 1/1 blue and red elemental creature tokens. And give all your creatures haste and +1/+0, which ain't bad. It's only 4 power to do it, so, maybe you'll get there quickly. Invasion of New Capenna's here as well. When it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice an artifact or creature. If you do, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls. Then it flips to a bit of equipment that can help us kill more battles. Invasion of Kaladesh, come into play, get a Thopter artifact, which can fly over and ping something. And then if we can flip it into the legendary Aetherwing Golden Scale flagship, is equal to the number of artifacts we control, and it's got a crew of 1. So it's not too sad. Invasion of Asgol is even better. When it enters the battlefield, each target player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker and loses a life, so a little bit of removal. And then it can, when it transforms, you get the Ashen Reaper, which when a permanent goes to your, it's got menace for a 2/1, and if a permanent's gone to your graveyard this turn, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on it in your end step. It's quite fun. Invasion of Urgamond. Enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. You then may discard a card if you do draw cards, so a little bit of ramp. And it flips into the Rhino. Truger Cliff Charger. Enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, search your library for a land or battle card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle. So, you know, it replaces itself as a battle on the field. Woohoo! Invasion of Pyrelia. Scry 3, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land or double face card, draw card. So again, a little bit of ramping. And then once you can get it transformed into the Gargantuan Slabhorn, Trample and Ward 2. And other transform permanents you control have Trample and Ward 2. So it really does start protecting you quite quickly. Arcane Signet, you've just seen me drop in. Invasion of Bellon. Comes in the battlefield, create a 2/2 white and blue night creature. And then it flips into basically an Anthem effect when we get through the 5, I don't know, it's not loyalty, is it? Defense level, get through the 5 defense. Invasion of Dominaria gives you 4 life in a card draw, and when you get through its 5 defense, you get a nice little angel that starts popping off all the other battles, hopefully. Invasion of Theros. Search your library for an aura god or demigod card, reveal it and put it in your hand. I've just realised I haven't got any of those card types in here, so yeah, well. But once we get it to flip, it becomes Ephira, Ever Sheltering, has lifelink and destruct as long as you control at least 3 other enchantments. And a lot of the battles do flip into enchantments. And whenever another enchantment enters battlefield, you can draw a card. It's just basically a 4/4 god. This is probably one that I will be dropping out. The one I really want to get in here is the... Oh, can't remember what it's called now. Hold on. Invasion of Fioria. But no one seemed to have one when I was trying to build the deck, so this one will be coming out as soon as possible. Oh, where's it gone? Lost it now. There you go. Invasion of Theros will be coming out for Invasion of Fioria as soon as I can find someone who's got one for trade in one of the goat bots or card hoarder. No one had one when I was looking for one when I was building this, so anyway. Invasion of Regatha deals 4 damage to target battle or opponent and 1 damage up to 1 target creature. So this is the one we want to make sure we keep coming in and out of play if we can. If we can find some way of making our opponents bounce this. But at the end of the day, if we hit one of the battles we've already got in play and hopefully get it transformed quickly. The prowess side, when it turns into Disciples Inferno, is good fun as well. Exotic pets I just put in for a bit of a laugh. And I put it in because the little fish can't be blocked. So, they get through and deal the damage to the battles. Invasion of Amiket is here as well. Each player mills 3, then each opponent discards a card and we draw. And it's quite nice when we get it to flip after we've done the full damage to it to get a copy of something really quite silly, hopefully, with a bit of luck. Saheeli Sublime Artifice is one of the planeswalkers in the deck, and it's here because when we cast non-creature spells, which obviously all the battles are, we get servos. That's the only reason for her being in the deck. All the rest of it is pointless. Likewise, Zimone and Dina's here just so I can sacrifice another creature and draw a card and get a land into play, and hopefully repeat the process if we can. We do have ways of drawing additional cards, but it's here. Likewise, it's a scry. Don't forget all these scry when we've got our little commander in play, which can help quite significantly. This one doesn't scry, but Invasion of Vryn is too good not to have into play. Draw 3 and then discard a card, and then we can transform into the overloaded Majoring, and we can sacrifice it and copy target spell we control and choose new targets for it. I did do this in the pre-release where I copied this, so it does work. It's good fun. Invasion of Eldraine's here as well. Enters the battlefield, you get someone to discard maybe their last 2 cards. And then we get the Pickle Fairies, which is another fly. Flyers are good. Sorry, I should have said what it does. And at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 2 or fewer cards in hand, it deals 2 damage to him. So it's nice repeatable damage source. Curious Herd. Hopefully our opponents will have a lot of artifacts that aren't treasures and things they can sacrifice. So we get a whole load of 3/3s, which you can use to attack all the battles we've been spreading out. Invasion of Zeria is also nice. Enters the battlefield, return up to one target creature to its owner's hand. It could be one of ours if need be. And then we get the full damage in on it. We get a nice little flyer that has power and toughness equal to the number of creatures we control. So, you know, instant battle killer most of the time. Drana and Livarnia are in as well because I want to play out some of the new Legends pairings in the deck, and this one seemed quite good because it's 4 mana for a 3/4 Vigilance flyer, so gets into the battles. Urtai Resurrected gives away of bouncing things or destroying another target creature or planeswalker or countering a spell. Fine by me for 4 mana. Invasion of Kylum. Up to 2 creatures we control get +2 and gain Vigilance and Haste until the end of turn. Which probably means we can get the Invasion of Kylum killed and turned into the Valor's Reach tag team and get the 2/3/2 red and white warrior creature tokens. With whenever this creature or at least one other creature token attack, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Yeah, okay then. Get some big guys very quickly. Outlaw's Merriment was just a way of giving us a creature that had haste and a bit of random fun because it's a very random deck. Invasion of Moag, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, so we'll hold this one until we've got quite a few creatures in play. Then it flips into the Bloom Wielder Dryads with Wall 2, and at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. And then we've got on that. Sorry, then we've got a few little things I thought would be good support cards. Omnat here, because it deals damage to any target. And whenever a land enters battlefield under control, put a +1/+1 counter on target elemental, and if you've got 8 more lands, draw a card. We've got Yidris, the Maelstrom Wanderer, because why would you not want your battles to cascade if they could cascade? Battles always cascade, it's like real life, isn't it? And then the other version of Omnas, the Locus of Creations here as well, just do the card draw, life gain, land, fall damage to things that might be annoying us or opponents. Angelic Chorus just gives us a way of staying alive a little bit longer with the creatures we've got coming into play and gaining some life. Invasion of Ulgarath is here. It's one of the cards that I know people have been complaining about because obviously it flips into Grandmother Radhi Sengir. But when they send it to the battlefield, it does 3 damage to any target. So another way of taking out maybe the last 3 defense points off a battle and gains 3 life. And then, when you get it to flip after you've dealt with its 5 defense, Grandma Radhi Sengir, human wizard, not a vampire. There's been so much discussion about this card, about why it's not a vampire. I really need to look up the backstory, but I seem to remember she was a wizard who couldn't be transformed into a vampire and used her wizardly powers to extend her life indefinitely, if I remember the Homeland story from correctly back in the day. But if you know better, let me know down below, will you? But anyway, whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on the Grandmother and we gain a life. So that's a nice little flip. Terror of the Peaks. Should be Terror of the Battles, really. Most of the battles I'm playing this deck have a low thing, and the creatures we've got coming into play mean Terror of the Peaks will trigger, and he'll deal his damage, or it will deal its damage, and those battles will die, and then we get another creature, and so on and so on. So, I was trying to work out if there's some sort of like transform all the battles. I think it could be possible, and it'd be fun trying to find out anyway. Invasion of Mugandazin. Get some +1/+1 counters on one target creature you control, then that creature fights up to one target creature you don't control. It's up to you, don't have to do the fight if you want to keep your creature alive. Primordial Plasm's what it's become, +2/+2, and it loses all, and that creature loses all abilities, so be careful transforming it. Freylees is here just to give us some elves and hopefully ramp up our thing, and then end of the day, destroy out enchantments and artifacts that are annoying us. Invasion of Chandelier. I got into this card, like it. Get to return 3 permanents from our graveyard to our hand, and then once we get it flipped, we just get to put permanents onto the battlefield. Thank you. Invasion of Tolvadar is also here. Return target non-battle permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So if something does get killed off, like our Terror of the Peaks or some of our little bit of ramp we've got, gives away, get it back, and then it can flip once we've dealt with the 5. For creature tokens you control, get +1/+0 and have lifelink. And at the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Seems like a fine thing for me. Hiditsu and Kari are also here. And it's battlefield, draw 3, put 2 on top of your library. When it dies, exile the top card of your library. Target opponent loses life equal to its mana value. If it's an instant sorcery, you may cast it. It's just another one of the new legendary pairings I wanted to play. So yeah, likewise, Rankle and Torbrand. However, Rankle and Torbrand do have a bonus side, and it's the third ability. If a source would deal damage to a player or battle this turn, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. So it's really nice with this for the first strike. If you've got a whole hold of creatures attacking battles, this will probably make sure you get there and get those battles destroyed. Girad Conclave Exile is purely here so we can do the whole populate thing and get some extra creatures with the rhinos. Sarkhan Unbroken just to give us a dragon if we need it, but draw a card and the mana could be useful. Still not sure the new version of Omnath should be in here, but hey, I was playing the other two. I thought I might as well play the third multicoloured one as well. Garth the One Eye is quite nice because it does give us a Shivering Dragon, or it gives us a Black Lotus, and I would imagine you'll see Black Lotus more from it. And it's 5 colours, which means when we cast Garth the Unwise, a bit like Omnath, if we've got Jenson in play, we get an angel to attack things with, so yay for that. And Invasion of Alara. Enter the battlefield, exile the top 2, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile 2 non-land cards with mana value 4 or less. You may then cast one of those 2 cards without paying its mana cost, put the other one in your hand, put everything else on the bottom of your library, and then if we can deal with the invasion of Alara, we get to awaken the Maelstrom. Target player draws 2 cards. You may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. Create a token that's a copy of a permanent you control. Distribute 3 +1/+1 counters amongst 1, 2 or 3 creatures you control, and destroy target permanent and opponent controls. There's a lot of wording on here, but hey, it's going to be fun trying to get it to work. Jared Carthalion is again another 5 colour planeswalker, and it also gives us a beast, which is why it's here, so we get some things. Niv Mizzet is also a 5 colour creature dragon, unsurprisingly, but colour pairings, a lot of these things have got colour pairs on them, especially the low down ones here. Some of the other ones have got them. This seems like a nice way to refill my hand. Likewise, Timeless Lotus, 5 mana, get Werburg, the turn it becomes untapped. So yeah, Elspeth for a little bit of control. Shark Typhoon, because we're casting all these non-creature spells, we might as well make some sharks out of them and hopefully use the sharks to attack because the sharks fly. Wallstorm Surge is a backup version of Terror of the Peaks, so it's made sense. And Rampaging Balos, we're dropping lands, we might as well get some more beasts and see if we can't do things that way with the battles. Invasion of Lauren gives us a little bit of removing of a target non-elf creature and opponent controls for power X or less, where X is the number of lands we control. Considering we're going to be sitting on about 4 lands when we do this, it takes out a lot of the creatures. That's assuming we've hit these 2, otherwise we're going to be sitting on quite a few lands when we hit here. Zitora the Incinerator, beginning your end step, sacrifice another creature. When you do, it deals damage, so it could be a way of sacking some of your creatures off to deal with some of the battles you want to kill off and get the benefit from. And the treasure's quite nice if it happens. Amaranth Illustrious, just a way of drawing cards. Okechi, again 5 colours, but deals combat damage to a player. If that player attacked you during the last turn, exile target non-land permanent that player controls. However, from my point of view, this is a 6/6 flyer that's going to take out battles left, right and centre. The Kami War I put in just because it is 5 colours, which is lovely. The whole 3 stages are pretty good as well. And then when we get to flip it into Okechi Made Manifest, it's all colours, so it's a bit different. This video's going long, I'm sorry for that, by the way, so I wanted to go through the battles. Dragoseth deals damage to 3 of the battles we hopefully have in play. Omnath gives us more ways of dealing damage when our elementals die, and landfall means we get more big guys. Of course, we're playing a battle deck. Atraxa had to be here. I'm not talking about Atraxa, you all know what it does now. Maelstrom Wanderer gives us a way to cascade into things. Invasion of Ikoria just goes and gets us a non-human creature, which could be any of these ones I've just been talking about for the last few minutes. And then it flips into the Apex of Ikoria. I talked about it in the video yesterday, so I'm not going to go through it again now, but yeah, hitting that damage as though that wasn't blocked is going to be useful. Last couple of cards in the deck. Villainous Wealth, because let's nick our opponent's permanents and I'd run out of good things to think of. And Omniscience, because I've just got this whole thing of having Omniscience in play than just putting 5 battles into play for free and just seeing my opponent's faces as it happens. And that's it. That's my take on the battle deck. Now, there is one card, obviously, that's not here yet, which is this one, which I've just had to dig out. It's programmed into MTGO at the moment. Battle of the Invade. Begin the Invasion. X and Wooburg. Search the library for up to X battle cards with different names. Put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Obviously, as soon as this card becomes available on MTGO, it's going in this deck. And that will replace the Villainous Wealth. So just bear that in mind as I've talked about this today. It's not here yet. If you've picked one up already, if you managed to grab one out of some of the cards you've been buying and you're thinking of building this deck, make sure you have this in here. I will be hoping that my friendly local gaming store has one for sale the next time I get to go down there and have a look. But yeah, if you're going to do it, make sure you got this card. And obviously you can pick any commander you want to. I just use Jenson because of the mana ability. Yes, it costs 5, but it might help if we get stuck on one colour. You can swap Jenson out for, Jared if you want to, or anything else. But I also wanted the Scry ability, which is why I went with this one. Maybe the Angels will help as well. But hey, it's your call. I hope you've enjoyed this actually quite long deck tech today, and I'm sorry I talked through all the battles and you might have got bored and fallen asleep, so I hope you enjoyed it. Come and follow me down here. Hope you've hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, so thank you for that, and go and give me a follow on Twitch as well. You can see me play this out, and I'll be playing it out as soon as I can get the stream next time I'm streaming, so which will probably be later this week as you see this video. So take care, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully see you on stream soon. Take care, thanks, bye.